still going to come down to the same things. You're still going to have to guard the ball. You're still going to have to space the floor, all the things that matter every single night. And that's what we're focused on.
Mark, what kind of work has gone in behind the scenes for Kase to become such a good defender so fast?
Well, his starting point was a big deal. Like he's got great defensive talent, and he's also got great competitive will. And so he came in with that. There's a reason we drafted him high, and he started his first preseason game his rookie year. He came in and was ready to go right off the bat with that stuff. And now he's learned fundamentals. He's learned the league a little bit. He's learned the patterns, and he'll only continue to learn that as he gains more experience. I mean, this is another time he'll guard James. It's another time he'll guard Doncic, Austin Reaves. Every time you go through the league, you learn a little bit more, and he's going through that process. But he had a really high baseline. That's why he's able to cover as much ground this early in his career as he has.
Your thoughts on Austin, from the outside looking in at Austin Reaves and what he's developed into, especially with this particular version of the Lakers?
Yeah, I mean, he's good for them because, he can play off the ball, so when one of those other two guys is creating, he can catch and shoot, he can play off closeouts, but he can also create, which he does quite a bit in the second unit. He's really hard not to foul. He's got all the tricks in terms of drawing fouls, as James and Doncic do. That's a huge key when you play against them, is not walking them to the line multiple times. But yeah, he's a really good player. He's developed into a really good player. He's got great confidence and moxie. And he's only gotten better as he's gotten more experience. So he's a huge X factor for this team from the distance.
Luka with the Mavs, Luka with the Lakers. Do you see any difference at all?
I haven't I just know him with the Mavs so much better because we played him multiple times in a playoff series. So, we're still learning this version of the team. We haven't seen ourselves against them one time. So most players at their core are the same. He's still a major problem. He's a great player. But how that looks with their team and the makeup of their team and with their other players, we'll learn it as we go here.
To the Naismith Hall of Fame yesterday. You spoke recently about your relationship with him, but just what is it about him as a coach that's allowed him to have so much success throughout the years?
I mean, first of all, congrats to him. I talked to him and was able to congratulate him in person, but certainly congratulations to him. He's deserves it and earned it. I mean, I think the thing about him that I have the most respect for is just his who he is kind of outside the lines. He's a pleasure to work for. He gives you a lot of freedom. He gives you a lot of responsibility. He keeps things light. He's very funny, and you enjoy going to work every day. You enjoy going to the meetings every day. There can be a mundane nature to that because of the length of the season, and it's always a good energy when you work with him. His house, his family is wonderful. His doors are always open. So if somebody doesn't have family on the holidays, they're the first group of people that are going to invite people in. No one will ever see that about Christine and him, but they do that at an unbelievably high level. And he's a great coach. That's had great success over a long period of time. So very proud to have had the opportunity to work with him. Very grateful for everything he's done for my career, and very happy for him with this honor.
Before he was the Lakers head coach, JJ mentioned a ton of times the sort of respect he had for you as a coach and just as a basketball mind. Last year in some of the pre-game meetings for national TV games, did you get any feel that he was sort of looking to coach, or what was your sort of perspective on just conversations with him as a basketball mind?
I had no sense he was looking to coach. I mean, those are 15-minute meetings. We're in there chopping it up. That was the first time I had interacted with him, but enjoyed my interactions with him and have talked to him since. He's doing a great job. I mean, he's got all the stuff that it takes to be a good coach, I think. He's really, really bright. He's incredibly committed and competitive. He's a junkie in that way. I think even when he was doing TV, he was always very prepared. He knew your team, had seen your team, knew your stats, knew your advanced stats. So, you could tell he was digging into the details, which I think is important in the modern NBA. And he's clearly doing that. He's done a great job.
Anybody else?
All right, thank you.